Welcome to the Marshall News and Views Show. I'm Elaine Conyers, and my guest today is Jason Anderson, who is the Assistant Engineer for the Marshall Engineering Department. And glad to have you back. You've been working in the City Hall for now. How long is it?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Elaine. I've been working for the City Marshal for 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah, and I shouldn't say City Hall because there's a lot of moving around and everything. And but anyway, we're happy to have you back. And let's maybe review the things that your department has done over the past, well, especially the summer, but over the past year that we're quickly moving to 2017, and if you would kind of summarize those things that the department has taken care of this summer, that would be great.
Sure. Thanks for the opportunity. We'll kind of buzz through some projects that we completed this year in this construction season. We'll start with this is we call it the South 2nd Street project. This road here, make sure to hold this straight. This is College Drive, and this is Country Club Drive. So this is South 2nd Street from College and Country Club down to George Street, and then this is Maple Street, Lucille over to 4th, and Williams up to Grimes. And in that area, we did a complete reconstruction of the road and the utilities. So we did water main work, storm sewer work, sanitary sewer, and sidewalk and roadway improvements. That's a tricky project area because the right-of-way is really narrow and not well defined in that area, so we had to work in kind of confined space. And but that project went really well, and it's coming up to a close right now. We're just kind of working through some minor, we call them punch list items, some things left to do. But we've got it seeded, it's paved. The major item left remaining on this project is just the final wearing surface, the final couple inches of asphalt that needs to be put down in the road, and we'll do that next year after things have had a chance to kind of settle in. So that was the first project that we talked about there.
And it's amazing, you know, Glenn and I have gone out to those different locations while they were under construction or reconstruction, and it's amazing. You know, we can go out there when it's just a horrible mess.
Yeah.
You think, how in the world can they fix this? You know, then when you go out there when it's all done, it's like, oh my goodness, this is just like it was always that way. You know, all finished up, and it's amazing what the department can do, the workers can do with that.
Yeah, we get some excellent results for sure.
Right.
Well, I'll move on to some more projects here. On this sheet, we've kind of got a lot of blue lines indicating work. So there's actually 4 different projects shown on this sheet. These double blue lines that you see going along Main Street, that indicates the Main Street sidewalk project from North 1st near downtown all the way down to Southfeed Drive. So that project was born out of last year's work that MnDOT did along Main Street, where they resurfaced the roadway, but they didn't do anything with the sidewalk, and we felt that it was important to make the sidewalk improvements in that area being high traffic, high visibility.
Yes.
So there's some driveway approaches that were paved, as well as all of the sidewalk was brought into compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act guidelines.
There's been a lot of comments about that, that it's so much better now for these people that are in wheelchairs and so on. You know, they rely on that sidewalk to get down to the box stores or downtown, and they're just raving about it. And it's wonderful to get that kind of feedback, isn't it?
I agree. We hear a lot of positive comments related to that project.
Right.
Now, the next project over that we'll jump to is the we call it the Lion and Redwood Street project. There's Lion, B Street, Redwood Street, and Jean Street. That was another complete reconstruction project where we went ahead and we replaced the roadway and all the utilities that needed repair. And in this case, there was some pretty extensive storm sewer work and sanitary sewer work. Very limited water main work because the water main was in decent condition in that area. But that project is pretty well completed and seeded for the year. Similar to the last project, what remains is the final lift of asphalt.
Sure.
We'll wait till next year for that.
And it's interesting too now when we look at that map that when you first started was it last summer or the year before, that over on High Park in Whitney started redoing all the underground infrastructure. And I live over in that area, and I got so many complaints, why do we have to do this, and blah, blah, blah. And when I would tell them how long it had been since the infrastructure had been replaced, it was way back to 1894.
Right.
The town was started in 1872. Well, some of these houses had been built at that time, back in 72. And really,
Yeah.
But once it was over with, they were so pleased because they didn't have any more problems with the sewer. There were a lot of those sewer lines were broken and everything. And so you've been moving from the east, moving west, and so this year you were across the river and working on the Redwood and Lion.
Right. The main driver for these reconstruction projects is the necessity for utility improvements.
Right.
That's why we get in there and we do the complete reconstructions, because typically in these areas the sanitary sewer and storm sewer needs extensive work, and sometimes the water main needs extensive work.
Yeah.
So.
And as the city grew over the years, you're just kind of following that path and taking care of stuff that needs to be taken care of.
Right.
1894, that's a long time.
Right.
So anyway, so that's over in that area, and then you've got...
The next project we'll jump over to, you'll see this smaller blue line coming up from Lion Street to Jean Street, and then over from Whitney to Hill, and then from Hill to Bruce. There's a bike trail that follows that path,
okay.
and we just simply overlaid that bike trail with a new couple inches of bituminous paving. So that was a quick job, but a necessary job. That trail was in kind of poor shape. So the next one over there is Bruce Street from College Drive down to Lion Street. And you probably noticed that job earlier in the summer. That was a water replacement project where all we did there was some water main replacement and then put the surfacing back. So, yeah. So that project is completed and restored.
Good, yes, okay.
Yep. And then the last project that we're still currently working on, and kind of got this map here, just kind of shows the pond, the Independence Park Pond project, which has been somewhat visible because that's a very popular park.
Yes.
So a lot of folks have noticed that pond clean out going on, and what we're doing there is we're going in to excavate the muck out of the pond and to do some just general reshaping.
Okay.
We installed some 10-to-1 flatter slopes in the top level of the pond for safety in case someone were to get into the pond, that there's shallow water for the first 10 feet. So,
great.
And then as well as removing the muck, and something that's been interesting out there, there's as much as 5 feet of muck in some locations of that pond. So that's kind of justifies why we do these things. There's actually more muck than we anticipated in there.
You're talking muck or mud?
Muck. It's mud, silt, dirt.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So a lot of materials in there, and to give a little thought behind that, there was actually only probably about 2 feet of water in some of those basins due to the amount of muck that was in there.
Yeah. Wow.
So the pond did its job. That's what it tells you, because it allowed the storm water to run off, settle out the solids, and then discharge into the county ditch system or nearby rivers as a cleaner runoff.
Now I'm going to throw in a question here. Now we have ponds all over town. So, and of course this one is the park and people are going there, and we want it to look great but also be very safe and everything. So do you do this with all the ponds eventually, or have you been working on the ponds?
To the best of my knowledge, this is the first pond clean out that the city of Marshall has. I take that back. Tiger Lake Pond
Okay.
by the middle school was cleaned out probably 10 years ago. I know that for sure. Now this is the first pond clean out since then, and I think those are the only two pond
So
clean
that
outs we've done.
Okay.
But I don't quote me on that. But
okay.
but it is they are maintenance items. You know, we don't just build these systems and walk away from them. There
No.
is continued maintenance that has to occur, and cleaning out the ponds is just part of it. And you know, some of the monies that every resident pays, every property owner pays for the stormwater utility charge, those funds go to do these projects,
Okay.
to maintain these facilities.
Sure.
And specifically with this Independence Park project, one thing we've done to maybe help facilitate future maintenance is where most of the water comes into the pond on the south side. We've kind of dug a larger forebay.
Oh.
So what we hope to have happen in that forebay is have most of the settling of solids occur there.
There. Okay.
And then the water can move through the rest of the system. And
Sure.
hopefully, by just cleaning out that forebay in the future,
Yeah.
we're able to minimize costs
Sure.
to do these clean out
Yeah.
projects.
Well, that was very interesting finding out, bringing all these projects together that we can all remember going by those places. And but now this is kind of coming to the close for this year, right?
Right.
But certainly you've got plans for next year, right?
Yes, we do. We've got a few projects kind of in the works. The first one I think I'll talk about is we've called it the Diversion Channel Bike Trail Project. I think I've been kind of referring to it more as the Fairgrounds Bike Trail now.
Oh, okay.
But this is kind of a crucial segment of bike trail that we'd really like to get built. It would complete, for the most part, it completes the Camden Regional Trail,
Okay.
which starts out at the new arena, the new Red Baron
Yeah.
Arena and Expo, and it makes its way all the way down to Camden State Park.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's nearly 15 miles of continuous trail.
Yeah.
And this is a 4,600 foot segment that would really complete that trail. So hopefully you can see it on the camera there. We tie in to existing trail down by the diversion structure of the Redwood River and the diversion channel. Here's the Lyon County Public Works Building and Highway Department. So we're just kind of southwest of there. We follow the diversion channel up, and then we cross and we come through some county land just north of the highway shop and between the driving range of the Marshall Golf Club and the highway shop. We cross Fairgrounds Road, then we come back across it again, and then we make our way up over to Trunk Highway 19, and we cross, and then we go over to Channel Parkway where we have existing bike trail, and we tie in there. This trail alignment has been a lot of work.
I'm sure.
It was a real work in progress. There's a lot of different entities that sort of had a say in where we place this trail. We had to work with the golf course, of course, Lyon County, MnDOT, MnDOT Rail, BNSF, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I hope I got everybody. There's just so many entities involved that had a say in where we placed
sure.
the trail. So we actually, this is probably the 20th iteration of where this trail would go.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
we've been in all sorts of different places, but I think we've nestled in on a route that would work for all the entities involved, and we're working on right now finalizing the permitting processes for this so we can get it bid. We have the project designed and ready to go. It's just a matter of getting all of our permits in place so we can go out and seek bids to get construction done.
Yeah.
This is a project that we would like to, we really need to get done by June 30th of next year, and that's due to some grant dollars that are tied to the project.
Sure.
We've got some trail grant dollars for this. So
That's wonderful.
yeah.
Have you ever taken that trail? I mean, what that is constructed, I should say.
We have not been on the trail, my wife and I, as much as I really would like. We've got a new baby boy in the family
Oh.
this summer, so he was a little too young to go out on the trails, but I would anticipate next year we really get out and enjoy some of the trails that
sure.
Marshall have to offer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you know, talking about when you get to Camden Park. This is a few years ago now. Glenn and I went out there in one of the vehicles, you know, and he showed me where this trail was going to go through the heavily treed area of Camden Park. I was just so impressed because it's so beautiful, and it's not something that the public generally gets to. You'd have to walk through there yourself in
Yeah.
order to see that. And it's just, it's a wonderful addition to our area. And I think they're going to really draw people from all over to come to this. I know other states have these, what do they call them, the trail
Like the bike
clubs,
ride clubs, yeah.
or bike ride or walking, and they keep asking, well, when is that going to be done?
Yep.
But the actual bike or Camden part, they did this summer, I believe. A lot of the people that wanted to participate in. It's just we have to finish off that area, part of the area where it goes through Marshall, because already constructed
Right.
in most of Marshall, right?
Right, yes. The Camden Regional Trail is pretty well complete. It's just this section would
Yeah.
really finalize it.
Sure.
Yeah, keeps you from having to go around on the road. So,
Yeah, yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can move on to another project. These projects are not approved yet by the City Council, but they are, I think, being planned for yet. And we're moving forward as though we're going to do
Sure.
them. So right now we're working on starting the design on this project. This is a road replacement and storm sewer project on North 7th Street. Up here is County Road 33 or Erie Road. So ADM and the city's wastewater treatment plant's over here, ADM's over here. And that goes down to the Redwood River and the bridge. The street shop is down here. This is, I believe, Cassuth. So we'll be, actually this line goes a little too far. We'll start at the bridge, which is right here. There's a bridge there over the river. So the road reconstruction will start there and go up to Erie Road. The road's in poor shape. It's received very little work beyond patching in its life, and it's in, I'd say, kind of desperate need of repair.
Yeah.
So that's a project we look to get done next year. We're investigating the idea of replacing that with concrete as opposed to bituminous. I think the county may have some projects coming up that are concrete, so we would maybe look to take advantage of having some projects in the area, maybe get advantageous pricing. So.
Oh, sure. Now, I want to ask this. That's the exact route that we take when we take, grass and leaves out to that.
Yeah.
What is that? I want to call it
Compost
a
site.
dump. Compost site.
Yeah.
That's better than a dump, they used to call.
Yeah, the tree dump site.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot.
So there's going to have to be some detour next year in order to, because there's a lot of people that come from that and,
Yeah, it's likely you'll have to adjust your routes to get out there because I think that is a popular route to get out to that site.
Yeah. So that will all be taken care of. So we just follow the detour signs and.
Right, and and actually there'll be some water main replaced there too. I forgot from down near where we start the project up to the north for a few hundred feet, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, that'll be a good thing too because there's a lot of truck traffic that ends up, especially down here. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely a heavily trafficked road. A lot of truck traffic, and that truck traffic kind of abuses the road. So it's actually pretty. The road has actually served us pretty well for how long it's been there and the amount of traffic it serves. So.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Here's another project that we're anticipating for next year. This project is initiated by Marshall Municipal Utilities. This is Main Street down here, and this is Trunk Highway 59. And there's Fairview and Channel Parkway. So this is, Ace and things, other businesses are out there along 59. This is a water main replacement project only. The water main's located behind the curb on, I'll call it the east side of Highway 59. So we're just going to be replacing water main through there that's in need of replacement.
Okay.
And I believe we're upsizing the water main too to
Okay.
better meet the utilities needs.
Sure.
So yeah, it'll be a nice little project. Similar to Bruce Street, where we don't have other business there, but just to go in and get the
Just-
water main replaced for
Right.
utility.
Yeah, good.
Yep. And then the last known project for next year that we anticipate happening is the Commerce Industrial Park project. We hope to get plans finalized for that this fall and kind of move forward with that. This is kind of a multi-phased project, and I guess we'll start with the TED project, we call it. We've got grant funds to do a turn lane and acceleration
Oh, yeah.
lane out at Highway 68. So down here is Trunk Highway 68. I'll grab another map here to show where we're at. This map kind of shows where we're at. Showed the city of Marshall, and up in the northwest corner is where this new development would occur.
And it's right next to other, excuse me, industrial parks.
Yeah, we're just, I'd say north of that
Yeah.
Lake Road Industrial Park. And that project really took off, and they sold the lots very quickly, and
Yeah.
that was a very successful project. So I think that's given us the kind of the gumption to go out and try
Yeah.
again. So what we hope to do is we already have project plans in design for a turn lane and acceleration lane at Highway 68, and we anticipate that would be done next year, early in the construction season.
Is there any development out there now as far as businesses?
To the best of my knowledge, there's no businesses ready to move out there. There have been talks of potential opportunities out there, and I know the Chamber and Economic Development
Yeah.
Company is working towards that. So what we're looking to do,
Excuse me.
yeah, no problem, is extend Michigan Road all the way over to where we installed that turn lane and acceleration lane. So we'll do a road extension, and then we'll also extend water and sewer through there, and we'll actually tie the water back down to the southwest,
Okay.
down near Lake Road, actually, where there's an existing dead-end water. We'll be looping the water around. We'll be installing a stormwater pond down in the bottom corner of this development,
Okay.
so the drainage will have a place to go before we discharge it to the diversion channel to the south. And then we'll be kind of having future stubs for future road connections to open up development in the rest of the lots when we get to that point. You know, for starters, we're just hoping to extend the road to open up some land for development.
Sure, yeah.
I know we're in the process of applying for grant funds to help us get this done as well with the
good.
state. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very big project, and we've got a lot of work to do on the design yet, but you know, we're hoping to get plans done with this winter. So.
Well, and I think it would be interesting if in one of our future shows we take a drive out there. I haven't been out there for quite a while, and but it's so amazing to see this continual industrial area keep growing, you know, and so we sure want to see it in a future trip.
Yes.
And so I think we have to come to a close here. Our time is up, but we look forward to having you come again, and also especially that you came today and give us a review of what's happened in the past year, and we can look forward to in next year. We love construction of
Yeah.
roads and bridges and everything. Now, not everybody's going to say that, but,
Well,
but we love it because it improves our areas.
I just appreciate the opportunity to come on and speak, and you know, we can't let Glenn have all the fun all the time, so it's nice when I can fill in for him every once in a while. So,
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you soon.
thank you.